Good morning out there in YouTube land. Hope you're all doing well on this fine Tuesday morning. We're doing something a little different today. Usually over, you see in the community tab on my page here, I like to do a little thing called lyrics or poems where I pick a song that I like. I say a few little words about the song itself, then I post the video of a recording. So we're doing something a little different today because recently I just saw that movie, The Smashing Machine, starring Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt. You know, there's the classic song "My Way." I thought it was used so well in the movie that like a few words in a community posted wouldn't do it justice. I wanted to make a little video about it, and it's worth noting. I'm not going to do like movie reviews. Like I'm really just doing this because I loved how the song was used so much. So, I say I don't do movie reviews, but I did do that one video about that movie Sinners a few months ago. But again, music was really the theme that brought the whole movie together. Very proud of my review of that. So if you haven't seen that yet, if you're curious about it, I'll put the link to that video in the description box below for everybody. Let's see, where should we begin? So let's start off with the song itself, shall we? So originally, the classic song "My Way" was originally a French song. It's called "Comme d'habitude." Came out in 1967. It was performed by Claude François. I'll find a video of his performance. I'll put it in the description box below for you. Like it's one of those songs from the '60s where if you ever listen to, like, you translate the lyrics, you look at them, you're like, it sounds so upbeat and happy, but it's really a sad song when you read the lyrics. Like the title means "Comme d'habitude" means like as usual. Guys like he's in like this mundane routine. Like I wake up, have my coffee as usual, go to work as usual, put on a smile as usual. He comes home to an unhappy home as usual. He puts on a smile as usual. It's like really tragic when you read the lyrics, but it's like those typical songs from the 1960s. It sounds like so upbeat and happy. And so you have that song, and then this legendary songwriter and singer named Paul Anka. He adapted the song, kind of interpreted it differently, he changed the lyrics, the whole thing in general, and he wrote the classic song "My Way." And it's like the opening line of that song, like, and now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. It's like more of a tearjerker. And it's like a guy like some of the opening line, a guy like the end of on his deathbed, he's looking back on his life, seeing how he did things like his way. And so yeah, the original French song came out in 1967. This new translated English version came out in 1969. It was first recorded by Frank Sinatra. One of his biggest hits. It kind of revitalized his career, and it's become a classic song for decades ever since. Okay, so now that was the song. Now let's just talk a little briefly about the movie. Like it does have, I wouldn't go as far as to call it like a niche movie, but the movie is about the biography of a mixed martial arts fighter from the 1990s. He was Mark Kerr. I remember actually seeing one of his fights back in the day. Remember the days of Blockbuster Video? Like I used to go there as a kid. There was the special interest section, and I would go there for like the pro wrestling tapes, but also I found like these VHS tapes and like DVDs with like these guys in gloves fighting in a cage. I'm like, what the hell is this? And I realized like, oh, this is real. They're like mixed martial artists fighting in a cage. I started watching that stuff early. I never got into it. Like I can't watch fights anymore for entertainment too. Like, that doesn't mean I don't have the utmost respect for these fighters too. I'm fascinated by these guys. I just can't watch fights anymore for entertainment. So anyway, this movie, it's a biography of Mark Kerr. He's really one of the earliest fighters in the mixed martial arts, the UFC days. It's kind of funny that the times he was fighting, like here in the U.S., like, mixed martial arts was like not exactly legal. They were still in the courts. So these fighters went over to Japan. That's where a lot of the most fascinating parts of the story in the movie come from. You see them going over to Japan, how they did things over there. See, this guy Mark Kerr, a highly decorated wrestler throughout his career. And he goes into the mixed martial arts world. When you have a name like the Smashing Machine, you're pretty good. You pretty much know what you're getting yourself into. And so it's about like his life story. One of the things I thought was so well done in the movie too, and I saw an interview with Mark Kerr recently too. He's on the Joe Rogan podcast. He said a line how he kind of explains his whole demeanor. It's like how you said like I only have so many fights in me, it's something you hear interviews with a lot of professional fighters. Always hear that and say that because they're literally fighting, putting their well-being, physical well-being on the line every time they step into a ring. So they don't know how long their career is going to last. So because of that, like he's kind of like neurotic. He has to do things a certain way. He doesn't want anyone interfering with his process or anything. So it kind of leads to like a volatile relationship with his girlfriend. But really, he like kind of like, at least say he's like neurotic, like maybe borderline asshole at times too. Like like once she's trying to be nice, make him a smoothie, but she doesn't make it like the way he has it, and like he's very neurotic. He needs everything to be a certain way. He's fighting over it, big fight in Japan. Like he needs his girlfriend there for support, but at the same time, he doesn't want her in the room because it's distracting. So it leads to a pretty volatile relationship at times. And of course, one of Mark Kerr's biggest issues was he had like an opioid addiction. He's injecting himself and deal with the pain. At one point, it gets to a point like where he has a health scare, and then he ends up checking into a rehab, and then he gets ready for a tournament. There's a tournament coming up in Japan for these fighters. The first prize is $200,000, and that's where the song "My Way" kicks in. Hence, I'm making this video right now. So there's a scene like, and it's in the thumbnail of this video here. It's like he's training in like the gym, good old sweaty, smelly gym that you expect the fighters, the champions, to come out of. And it's kind of like reverting back. You see like all the work he has to put in, like all the work it takes to be the best in this field. Like as he's training, they start playing like the song "My Way" in the background. And one thing I have to note, they don't play the Sinatra version, they play the Elvis Presley version, which is one of the greatest versions of that song. Like just like the way the slow song, the way it plays in the background. Usually like the big fighting montages, the training scenes. There's like the big heart pumping music that plays in the background. We got this slow song, and you just listen to the lyrics as you're watching him train. It goes like let's see here, like the opening line. It's like, I've loved, I've laughed and cried, I've had my fill, my share of losing. Let's see. And now through it all, as tears subside, I find it all so amusing. Like you just listen to like these words as you're watching this training scene, and it just comes together, and it was very impactful. Like I'm just get a little teary-eyed watching this stuff. And as the song goes, he did it his way. That's why he did it his way. That's why he became one of like the most revered fighters ever, and why they made a movie about him. So yeah, let's wrap it up there, folks. Definitely recommend the movie. It's nothing, you're not going to be blown away by it. It's just a fascinating story about this individual. And of course, the performances are all great. Just look at the people in the movie. And let's see. So yeah, like in the description box below, I'll include a clip of that French singer. I'll find a clip of Elvis Presley too, singing it as well. And anything else I can find that you might find interesting. So anyway, this was fun. Like I might do more little videos for lyrics or poems every now and then if I have a little something more to say. Anyway, folks, take care. And my Yankees look like they're about to lose tonight. So let's see. I got the Blue Claws. It's the minor league team of the Phillies. Like they're not doing so hot either. Hopefully they can come back too. They're my plan B. Anyway, folks, take care, everyone. We'll see you in the next one.